Hey there, it's Rachel Mullins, the host of hashtag No Filter Fridays on Public House Media.
Hey, you're listening to Girl Hustle with Leigh and Chelsea. We are two girls making our way into sales and entrepreneurship.
We set out to make this podcast after entering our late 20s and realizing we were hitting a wall and felt like our lives and careers were stagnant. After expressing this feeling to countless other women, we realized we weren't alone.
So each week we're bringing you real conversations with real people that are authentic, realistic, and relatable in hopes that you can grow into the best version of yourself. So strap in and let's hustle.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the first episode of the new us.
The new and improved Leigh and Chelsea.
Yes, so excited.
Here we are.
Here we are.
We are now, if you haven't noticed, Girl Hustle. And we are really excited because we've been keeping it a secret forever, and we kept being like, we're going to rebrand, and then we didn't tell anyone. So now, officially,
It's a fish.
it's a fish, Girl Hustle.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I thought it was pretty, like, it's like we knew. It was a long time coming.
It was a long time coming.
'Cause-
We've grown.
Yeah, we definitely have grown. And CJ and Cell was awesome, and I
Yes.
think the idea of it,
Yeah.
you know, at
it
the
started
time,
in a car when we were out doing cold calls, and we were like, everybody can laugh at this because this is stupid.
right.
And this is what everyone goes through. We need to talk about it. Well, as we developed and grew and expanded, so did what we talked about, and our guests, and our topics, and our viewpoints. So,
Yeah.
we didn't want to be so, like, hyper-focused.
Correct, because not every, you know, woman out there is in sales, even
Yeah.
though, obviously, there's a lot of women in sales.
I mean, you sell yourself every day. But
right, duh. But we just figured, you know, I'm doing other avenues. I think that we wanted to be more inclusive and more
Yes.
about every person in business
Yes.
because there's so many aspects and they're so hard, and I think that we both have a yearning to learn more.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what this journey is about.
And I feel like having a podcast where you can talk about how to sell things and how to do business, not sound like a total butthole, is something that, like, is necessary.
Completely.
So we're going for that, like, less jerkwad vibe and more like, yes, we feel you, we're there, this is what we did, and this is what we didn't do, and what we should have done, and this is what they did, and this is why we brought this person on.
Completely. It's all about, I think this year is definitely going to be like a learning process for us, because I think we really wanted to change, especially because, you know, it was awesome to have a pod that we could come on and just like, essentially just like bitch about sales and just like how hard it was. But at the end of the day, like, life is about learning as you go, and life is about, you know, finding out new things and talking to experts and talking to people who've been through stuff and been through experiences. And I would rather
realignment,
do that and like help people while we're helping ourselves rather than just sit around and be like, cold calls suck.
Yeah, like, cold calls are the worst.
Yeah.
That's what I did, and then, you know, I mean, we can talk about that. We can talk about that.
yeah,
or we can talk about
we
that.
absolutely can. We probably still will.
Yeah,
So sorry.
guaranteed.
Yeah, we're not perfect.
Like I said, like we used to say, this is your weekly dose of sanity. That hasn't changed.
That has not changed. This is absolutely our weekly dose of sanity, I think.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but we're back. We're Girl Hustle. We have some really, really exciting things happening this year that we have in the works.
Tell them.
So we definitely have a slew of amazing guests.
Can't even handle it.
Like, you can't even handle it. I mean, some of them you will, like, know and have heard of, which is what is very, very exciting to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be, I think that we're trying to get more rounded and people who will come on here and have more meaningful conversations. And also people that, like, you know, like, you follow them because you like them.
Yeah.
You know,
I asked Kim Kardashian, but she hasn't wrote back yet.
well, you know,
She'll get there.
we're really hoping for you, Kim. Please, if you listen to this podcast for any reason, we just want you to know we love you, we respect you, we just want to hear your business expertise.
Yep.
We're not trying to gain followers.
No.
That's not at all
We don't
what
want
we
free
want.
skins for life.
No, I don't want any free skin. I want free skin.
So much so.
Okay, but pause for 3 seconds. I want to buy them so bad, and it's taking every bone in my body not to, because I'm like, am I about to buy Kim Kardashian brand stuff? But they look so soft and just like they look good on every body type because they have like models of you know not all of them look like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
like they look so good,
so good. Yeah, it's fine.
Anyways, okay, tangent. Sorry.
Noted.
Yeah. So, anyways, goal for the year: get Kim Kardashian on the show. Another goal for the year is to just keep guests coming on that are important and have different things to say and different things that we can all learn from. So that's that aspect. Another aspect that we're really, really excited about is this year we're going to start doing some events, some networking events. We definitely are going to have a new like launch party where people can come, and we're going to have really awesome speakers from, definitely just like the Louisville community, because that's where we live, from the Louisville community that have, made their way in business, that are really successful people, that people can ask questions to. We can do a Q&A. So it'll be more than just like a let me network and sell like event. It's more of a come learn from the best
and like expand your network. It is so important to expand your network.
Absolutely. Get a community of people who are huge. Like you.
Yeah, and someone you can talk to and learn from and make friends. That the biggest thing is if your 5 best friends or the people you associate yourself aren't pushing you forward, you're going to stay where you're at or fall backwards.
Yep.
So find people that are on the same like mindset as you and energy level that you are and freaking bring them into your circle.
Completely. Community and who you surround yourself with is so important. I'm pretty sure we even talked about that in an episode. Yeah. We took a whole episode
about it again.
Yeah. We'll bring it up.
We'll revisit. I'm an idiot. It's fine.
No, you're not. You're wonderful. You're welcome. Of course. But yeah, we just want people to. We want to give you the opportunity to expand your circle, because that's kind of what this year is about, is expanding and growing and learning. Ooh, speaking of, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I did.
Oh my gosh, what are they?
It's a daily reminder, and sometimes failure, because this is a lifestyle change. Yes, I'm working on a PM and AM routine.
Oh, look at you.
Yes.
That's exciting.
So my goal is to go to bed earlier so I can wake up earlier.
Okay.
And here's the thought process behind it. So I want to go to bed earlier, and I want to have like a routine where I have like wash my face, do all like that hygiene sort of thing.
Right.
Be in bed. It's
I want to make sure I brush my teeth
every night. Teeth, oil on my weave.
That's a great resolution. To brush your teeth.
I know. I want to keep them. I want to keep my dandruff. I want to keep my dandruff till I can't anymore. But after that, like basic things, I want to be in bed, and for the last like 30 minutes before I go to sleep, I'm getting rid of all lights. Not lights like in like the ceiling, because I'm going to read. I want to start reading. So like books, paper, because I don't read a whole lot, and also reading makes me fall asleep faster.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. This works with two birds with one stone. And then I want to wake up earlier, because by the end of the day, when I take the time for me, I'm left with just like the leftovers,
Yeah.
of like what's left of my mental capacity.
Yeah.
And so if I can wake up early and do like some journaling and just get like my mind right and take like the best and the most that I have to give for myself, because if I'm not investing in myself and really taking care of myself and giving me what I deserve, I can't,
Absolutely.
go forward. And like some mornings hopefully I'll work out. But, the biggest thing is to get in a good space and set a routine.
Completely.
So, doing both of them at the same time is really freaking hard. Yeah. So I think I'm going to start with the PM and try to get to the AM.
I love that.
So.
And you just have to remember, like, you're not going to be perfect every day.
No.
But that's, like, the biggest thing is, like, and we've talked about this before, is, like, if you have one mess up, that doesn't mean that the next day you can't just start over again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting, like, okay, I'm going to be in bed by 8:30 or 9. And I try to get in my room by that time.
Yeah.
And, like, get in my bed.
Yeah.
And even that has been a big step. So when it gets like, I have a little timer on my phone between 8:30 and 9, like I'm in bed, and I want to be asleep between 9 and 9:30. I know it's such a granny thing, but
no, I used to do that, but I was doing 5 a.m. Orange Theory when I was like an overachieving go-getter. So
nothing's changed. Still are.
Totally. I just am not about that 5 a.m. Orange Theory life.
You don't have to be.
It's so stupid.
So
I feel like now it's also a little bit easier because it's so dark. I wonder how you're going to feel like once it is light until freaking 9 o'clock at night this summer.
June, girl.
Ask me in June. Yeah. Well, good for you. That's
my
wonderful.
What about you?
My resolution for this year, this is me being like super deep.
Hit me.
I get in these like moods sometimes where I make jokes and I'm like a sarcastic person, but sometimes I really get very inward thinking. And my resolution this year is I want to have more meaningful conversations in my life.
Hey, we've had a few.
We absolutely have. And I think that, I don't know, like we've really just kept, I think that I've been doing pretty okay with it because it's like, I don't think that I need to have one every single day.
No.
You know, it's really fun to like talk about what we're watching on Netflix or what we're doing this, but like, and I don't mean that I have to talk about like politics and current events or anything. I mean, I just want to have more meaningful conversations with people, whether that's like if someone's going through a rough time, like being able to talk to them and let them be open about it and being non-judgmental and, you know, being open-minded and letting people express themselves and letting people express their feelings rather than like making a joke about everything, which is like a defense mechanism that I have, which I'm working on, and it's fine. And I just want to have more meaningful conversations just like open my and not just with people who are like me. I think that's a very important thing too. I want to have conversations with people who I, you know, vehemently disagree with on certain things. I want to be able to, you know, talk to people who I literally could not disagree more with their beliefs and just kind of, you know, see what they think. And that doesn't mean I'm going to change my mind or agree with them.
But it can give you a different point of view. And I think if you come at somebody and have a conversation where you're relaxed and calm and cool and collected, girl.
Yeah, totally. So that's kind of what I'm doing because I think it's pointless to be mean to people. And
stupid.
I think that for the past couple years, I have been in that frame of mind of like, okay, well, like, F you, I don't care. Like, I don't want to talk to you, F you,
you're
whatever.
Drunk, huh?
Yeah, like, exactly. And I'm trying to get out of that of like, I just want to like talk to people, and I can still think that someone
you don't have to agree.
Exactly. I still don't have to agree with them, but I definitely just want to have more meaningful conversations. So
100%.
That's my resolution.
I love that resolution.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. So for this first episode, we kind of wanted to, in a way, set the tone for what we're going to be doing this whole year.
It's all about leveling up and being better.
All about leveling up, all about being better. And so we kind of wanted this to be a transition sort of episode and set the tone from, you know, we were CJ and Cell. Obviously, we still are the same people. We're still talking about most of the same things. But now we're Girl Hustle. And so today...
Girl, it's time to hustle.
Girl, it's time to hustle. Girl.
Girl.
I love spelling girl with an O. I don't care. Girl.
Sounds like Carl.
Yep. There it is.
Okay.
Nope, I love it. So we really wanted to kind of set the tone for the year. And one subject that Chelsea and I have been kind of bouncing back and forth on, and what Chelsea brought up this week.
Very passionate about is
how to make sales easy.
Yeah.
Because I think that this whole year we just talked about how hard sales were, and we talked about how to make it, you know, better, how to do this better. But at the end of the day, like, you can make it easier.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, even with just this podcast, like, sometimes we don't need to like think so hard. Like, we can make it easier because we just like want to do what we want to do, and our feelings and if your intention's in the right place, then you can make something easy. So we kind of wanted to just touch a little bit on that today, and try to talk through maybe some things that we've done in the past that haven't been easy and how we've changed, and give you some inspiration on how to make your day-to-day easier.
Yeah. So I think first off, let's start with every time that
gosh,
Like,
you
just
heard that? That was
out on my wall.
My shoulder just popped so loud. Oh, God. Orange
no
theory.
big deal. She's alive. We are surviving.
Yeah, we're good.
But one of the things I think is when you go into, like, work or anything, everyone's like, let's pick apart what you do and let's make your bad habits good habits, right? The first thing is why are we doing that? I listened to a podcast and she's actually going to be one of our guests, the Slay coach, and she's like, why are we picking apart all of our bad things? Like, let's focus on the good things, you know? Like, if you're good at it, why are you so freaking good at it, and how can you be better at it? And how can you take what you're really freaking good at and put it into, like, your day-to-day? Like, let's do that, right?
I love that.
So if you're good at seating or, like, taking things to customers and building relationships, freaking develop, okay? Put it in. If you're good at time management, manage your time well, because that's huge in sales. If you're good at, like, learning, you will be unstoppable.
Yes.
So, like, focus on what you're good at and use that to your advantage. Like, get better at things you're weak in. I'm not saying to, like, get better. I'm just saying if you're good at something, freaking be great at it.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
So, some of the things that I want to talk about to help set you apart, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people selling a lot of things, and so we all become very similar. So you've got to stand out and make your own name. And one of the things is you've got to believe in what you're selling. And I sell uniforms and toilet paper, okay? Like, I know that my product can help people, okay? It can literally save lives, but at the end of the day, I'm selling clothes, right?
Right.
So for me, kind of stepping out of, like, a different type of, I believe in the sales process and helping the people. Like, I'm really passionate about how the sale goes. I'm really passionate about, I find the person, I find their problems, I fix their problems. I'm passionate about the process and the outcome, like how I can help people. You might be selling a service or like coaching or tea or I don't know, anything. You could be selling anything, and you might really believe in that. You've got to have passion in your product. You got to have passion in your work. You've got to be passionate about what you're doing, and you've got to like really be behind the product. If I didn't think that the stuff I sell is like good quality, then I'm not going to sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, this shirt is a good freaking shirt. And, like, you're getting a freaking good deal on it. Okay? Like, this is quality. We have an extra yoke in our shoulders. We have an extra inch in our yoke on our shoulders. Okay,
there you
let
go.
me rephrase.
I was really like, you what?
Yeah, it's like,
it's okay.
Technicalities.
Right.
But, I mean, like, you gotta love what you're doing, and if you can't get excited about it, then you gotta find something else. It doesn't mean that you're bad, just you need to find something else. So you gotta know. I think the biggest thing is like the knowledge. You've got to know your product, and you've gotta get excited about it. Yeah. And you've gotta be passionate about it, because people are gonna buy that.
Totally. And what I also, we're going to bring up Jamie King again, the Slay coach.
Yes.
I was talking to her last week when we were talking about coming on this pod, and I'm sure she'll talk about this in her episode, but she was saying that she actually started off in Beachbody, and she was very excited to, like, build a team, and, like, she was so excited about motivating people, and, like, that was what she was so good at, and she went so far in that company because, I mean, she was, like, she had built this huge team, but she was like, wow, I'm still like poor. You know why? Because I literally don't give two F's about fitness. She was like, I do not care. But what she really cared about was motivating people and coaching people and helping them.
And now she's
like, she's killing it. And so I think that's, I mean, exactly to what you were saying is if you're really good at something, hone in on that skill and focus on the positives, because you can discover something about yourself that you might not have had before. And I feel like a lot of sales managers really harp on your negatives. Yes. And you just don't need, I mean, listen to it because sometimes it's constructive.
I mean, you gotta get better.
Yeah, but like don't take it to heart, because guess what? That thing that you're not good at, it might just be because you're not meant for that exact thing, and you're going to excel in maybe another sales role at some other, other place.
And here's like a little thing for managers. So my degree is guitar education. Well, I don't have like my secondary degree in education, so it's just really guitar.
Right. No.
And so one of the things I learned is when you're teaching, I was taught the hamburger method, right? So, like, you start with something that that's the bun. The burger of it is new material. The end is a bun. So, and I know you guys know this, and you're like, okay, like, wow, that was profound. Like, look at
No, explain. Please.
But the thing is, I'm saying is, start with a positive.
I don't know the burger method.
Start with a positive. Like, hey, you do this so freaking good. And then you're going to get to the meat. This is what I want you to work on. This is what I need you to do. This is how you're going to be better. And end with but you are freaking good at this. So let's hone in on this.
Oh, yeah.
Positive, negative, positive.
Yes. Okay. No, I know that in, like, acting.
Yeah.
Like, whenever...
Yeah.
I learned that when I was in a theater group, when I was in, like, 4th grade, because I didn't know, like, how to give criticism. And, like, it would be so funny. Like, we would do an improv scene, and everyone was like, I didn't like this part. This was really bad. And the teacher was like, no. That's not how you do it. You have to start with a compliment.
Yes.
You start with a, hey, you did this really, really good. Here's what I would work on. But great job. Like, yeah, okay.
It goes a long way.
It does. It applies to every aspect of life. But I didn't know it was called the burger method.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's like a coined term or not, but that's just, I'm a very visual person, so I can just like see the burger. Or you could do like a PB&J. I don't care. Make your own thing.
Yeah.
Do you?
Okay, cool.
But I think the next thing that you have to know is your audience. Okay.
Yes.
You have to know who you're selling to. You have to know your competition. You have to know your people. You have to know what their pains are. Like, when I meet with somebody, I got to find out what the problems are, because they want to buy easy. They want solutions. They want time savers. They want money savers. They want all these things. So you got to know who you're selling to. Yep. You can't go to somebody and you got to meet your people, right? There's a lot of acting that goes into sales. So you've got to meet your people who you're selling to. You've got to. You've got to, like, be who they are and appeal to them. Like, women buy on emotion. I think a lot of people buy on emotion, really. Yeah. I mean, honestly. And men have the tendency to be more factual and statistic and driven. I mean, that's common knowledge. Everybody knows this, right? Yeah. So you've got to know who you're talking to. If you have someone that's really analytical and is all about the numbers and the facts, don't go in with a story. Right. I mean, you need to paint a picture. That's our job as salespeople, is to be a storyteller and paint a picture and, like, show it in the light, put the bow on the present. Presentation, huge.
But maybe, like, stick to, like, pointillism. You know what I mean? With actual people. And if, like, they want a story, do like a swoopy Monet. Yeah. Wow.
Love it.
Thank you so much for listening to that example.
But, you know, you got to know who you're selling to. If you're in, like, network marketing, you got to know your audience. You know, if you know Cheryl likes these types of things and this is what's going to sell her, then sell it that way. Like, don't try to, like, not one person is going to do, one way is not going to work for everybody. So, completely. A lot of businesses, they're going to have this sales process. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, but you've got to personalize it.
Yes. And, okay. Also, I think that I used to be really bad at this, where I felt like I would take, like, selling what you're passionate about almost too selfishly, where I would really only tell the person, like, why I personally find this to be, you know, awesome and wonderful, instead of putting myself in their shoes and being like, well, you know, like, they're a parent, or they're, you know, they have all these employees that they're over. Like, instead of saying, like, you know, I can imagine, like, this would be really beneficial for you because you're in this position and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Instead of taking of, you know, what I personally would benefit.
So anybody who's listening to this that's been in sales for a long time, bear with me, because this is a very common practice when you're selling things. One of my coworkers is phenomenal at this, but it's the feel, felt, found method. You know, I'm not a mom, but Leigh is, and I know that she felt the exact same way, but through this she found that she was able to provide A, B, and C. Yes. Feel, felt, found. I completely understand how you feel. You know, I might not be a mom, but I know so-and-so was. Or, I completely understand how you feel. I was feeling the exact same way until I did this and found X. I mean, we've talked about this before. It's not a new topic that we've talked about. This is something...
Yeah, but you gotta ingrain it in your brain, because sometimes you forget.
It's very important.
We are all human.
Yeah, I mean, I know we talked about this last year, but still, feel, felt, found is very powerful.
It is.
And if you're, like, in a situation, you're like, oh, they caught you off guard, feel, felt, found your way out, girl.
Feel, felt, found your way out.
Just like, I know how you feel, I felt the same way, and I found out this was really awesome.
Just use those exact words.
Just don't sweat too much.
Right, totally. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's pretty big. And the other thing is, when you're selling to people, you got to know who you're selling to. But, y'all, if you're in B2B sales, they are business owners. So you've got to, like, trust that they know how to run their business.
Yes. Oh my
And, like, trust that they know. Like, if they say, I got out of my agreement and they've done all these, they are adults. Like, your job is to be the consultant and to provide and save them money and save them time and relate to them and do all the things.
Yep.
But your job is not to do their job for them.
Yes.
So you need to believe that they can handle themselves as well. I mean, you might have to, like, hand it to them on a silver platter and give them step A, B, and C.
Yeah.
But you've got to trust that they're going to get it done.
Yes.
And it's not your concern to figure out their legal situation.
Completely.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to reiterate this. You probably are going to need to give it to them on a silver platter.
Yes.
Here's a letter. This is what you should type. This is what you should send. Hit the send button. I need you to do this. Check back. Make sure they did it. But, like, know that they're going to do it. Trust that they know. And if they say they're ready to move forward and you know that they're have a contractual agreement, it's not your business. Like, let them do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's something that we run into a lot is people are like, well, they said that, but I know this. No, honey.
Stop making it so hard.
Stop making it hard on yourself.
You have to make this easy.
Let them handle that. You've
Yes.
done your job.
Yes.
So stop giving yourself a freaking roadblock.
Absolutely. I love that.
Frick.
Frick.
Frickin' hey, Janet.
Oh my God, I love that.
But, I mean, that's the other thing. You know, you gotta be different. And then I also want to talk about, and we talked about, you could break this into like 6, 10, 4, whatever, but the biggest thing is you gotta be passionate.
You do.
You gotta be energetic. People meet your energy. If you come in like bored and tired and you don't care, or you're just like, yeah, like, I'm just here because I work here. Stupid, I know. No, you'd be like, yes, I'm here. I love this. I love this company. I love these things. And if you can't get hyped, I get, like, burnout happens, and maybe you need to take some time for yourself.
Right, totally. Absolutely valid.
But if you can't really get behind it, then get out.
Passionate and positivity,
Oh,
which is another thing.
Nobody wants to be around a negative Nancy.
Completely. And, like, don't get frustrated if someone has a rejection or has some sort of, like, you know, pushback.
Feel found.
Yeah, like, think of that as an opportunity
Yes.
rather than, oh my gosh, like, they don't like this. Like, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Which I used to be really bad at, but now I'm getting better, especially, like, right now with this business, with a subscription box business. It's like, I have some, like, trigger words that, like, I feel like my eye twitches a little bit when I hear people, like, ask me these questions, but my therapist has told me that what I need to do is take all of these, you know, pushbacks and questions that I think are personally really stupid and make them positive. And so this is what I have been working on. And so one thing that I always get asked, they're like, hey, Leigh, I know you have a subscription box business. When I sign up, does that mean I just get one box? And I'm like, so, you know, like, it's just like a subscription, like Netflix, where it's, like, reoccurring, like, every month.
Yeah,
like,
you get one box every month.
You get one box every month, and it's, like, I have to take it and make it, like, a positive of, like, oh, yeah, like, isn't that exciting? You don't have to think about it. Like, if you sign up.
You gotta paint that picture.
Like, you don't even have to think about it. It's easy peasy. It's super convenient. You sign up one time, and then you're, like, a member. And so I'm trying to, like, do that instead of being like, hey, what
kind of a question is that? Of
in
course.
life, why have you never heard of a subscription before? Do you even know what that is? Like, what are you like? Literally, say the words that you just said and think about them, because I just want you to know the question you just asked me is so dumb. I want to scream. So my therapist says I can't think that way because it makes me really negative. And so I've been trying to take every question that I think is negative and not smart and turn it into a positive. And being like, hey, you know what? Great question. So glad you asked that. Actually, you know, here's how it works and here's why it's great. Thank you for asking that. I appreciate you.
Well, and you gotta think
your interest.
Exactly. And put yourself in that person's shoes. Or, like, go back to something when you buy anything.
Correct.
I mean, we're all consumers at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So what made you buy that? Like, what did you like? What are turnoffs? Like, when you're walking through Walmart and there's the cable guys there and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta walk around this.
Yeah, the
DirecTV
people.
Yeah. I mean, used to be one of those.
For like
Adam
2
used to
months.
be too.
Horrible.
Adam used to. Love story
The
there.
worst job I've ever had.
I married the cable man. Just kidding. He wasn't really the cable man, but he did.
Actually,
stuff.
that's how we met. Do you remember? Because Dave.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
he was
incredible.
like,
That's insane.
he was like, "You're really good at this. Why are you here?" And I was like, "I just moved here, and I really don't. I couldn't find a job." He was like, please come interview at my company. And I was like, okay. And then that's how we met.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's why I think I had that. I think that I was just like in a place where I didn't know what to do. So I just took that job as a resume builder. And I think that what happened was I took that because I was meant to meet Dave in that one spot, and then he was supposed to bring me to you, and then that was the point of that job.
And then look at this. Look at our world unfolding magically.
Just a beautiful, beautiful partnership. Anyways, sorry.
So, no, you're good. So you got to think, like, what makes you buy? When I'm calling on people, my dad's a small business owner, right? Mm-hmm. So I call on businesses, and I think, how would this appeal to my dad? Mm-hmm. And, like, they're just people. Mm-hmm. People are going to be rude. People are going to be nice. They're just people. People have good days. People have bad days. Like, whatever. Like, bathe in turtle wax, girl, and let it roll off your back. Mm-hmm. Okay, honey? Yes. So, you got to think, like, what makes you buy something? Is it the value of it? Is it the time that it saves you? Is it what... I think back to a good salesperson, like, what made me buy from them? There was, I used to do door-to-door sales.
Yes.
Okay, and the guy that I worked with, he was really, really good. And there was this, he went out with me for the day when I first started, and I, like, knocked on the door, and I gave me a little pitch, and she's like, we're not interested, and I was like, okay, bye. And then he got his foot back in the door while we were standing there making jokes, being funny, being happy, like loving what he was doing, and freaking sold it. I would have left, y'all. Yeah. I was leaving, and he was like, wait, no, we're not done here. They signed up. I was selling security systems. Okay?
That's hard to do.
It's so hard.
Too.
It's so hard.
It's really hard.
I mean, I got stories about that for days, but another day, another story.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, that, your energy that you bring.
Yep.
Like, sell it. They're real people, so why do you buy things? What makes you buy things? Like,
completely.
Be a person, y'all.
And positivity. When people are in good moods, they buy things.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
And if
they
someone
just do. It happens.
And if you're having a bad day and someone's like, hey, does that not make you feel a little better?
Absolutely.
You might want to punch them in their face for a second, but you're like, gosh, you're so nice.
Yeah. For sure.
I love you.
No, but it's real, though, because I think that it goes back to, I mean, even my resolution for the year, having meaningful conversations. Like, you have to think of each of these meetings as an opportunity to brighten someone's day.
Yes.
And if you go in with that outlook, then your selling is going to be easy. And it's going to be so easy.
So easy. And I also think I'm really big into, like, mantras and, like, positive mindsets and, like, saying things and putting it out into the universe.
Completely.
And one of the things, like, I want these people to be able to receive me and my message and what I'm bringing.
Yeah,
like, yeah, I get it. I'm selling freaking uniforms, but I am allowing them to be open to receiving my message and receiving me as a person, because I'm selling myself at the end of the day. A lot of people are buying off emotion. People are buying the product because it's a great product, but because of me and the way I presented it. And so when I go in and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm depressed today and I don't want to be here and I don't want to be doing this and I want to be on my couch watching what's a popular Outlander. I see that everywhere.
What's a popular show? Outlander.
Yeah, I just saw that on the catalog, so, like, sure, whatever. Like, watching Outlander and, like, cuddling my dogs and not doing this. Y'all, they're going to pick up on that. Mm-hmm. They do pick up on that. People don't want, you know what I mean? Yes. Versus I could be like, oh my gosh, would you rather see a salesperson with cookies or just a salesperson? Here you go, dirt to dirt. You know, just happy and make them laugh.
Right.
They're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're so stupid. Come on in. Yes. Love it.
You're such an idiot.
You're such an idiot.
You're a lovable idiot.
Nobody is rude to an idiot. Yeah. Because they're like, man, I can't be rude to you. You're just
but like a cute puppy dog idiot, yes. Not like a real, like, hey, you're an idiot. Don't talk to me.
Thank you.
You know, I do.
No, I get that. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down on.
Right? No, I'm
puppy dog stupid.
Yes.
Like, oh,
correct. Like a sweet little.
And then you come in, you hit them with that knowledge. You're like, oh, like, you are cute and innocent, but man, okay, girl, I trust you. I trust what you're selling. I trust you. Yes, she knows. This girl knows. Yeah.
That's so intense. I'm sorry when it, like, scared me. You were, like, talking, and then you were like, and then we hit them with that knowledge. I was like, oh, God. I, like, jumped.
It's like you bring a cake, and then when you cut it open and all, like, the candy comes out in the middle.
Right.
You're like, oh my gosh, not expecting this.
Completely.
Okay, queen. Like, tell me more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you do.
But it's true. It's if you
get yourself a Red Bull. Or an Alani now.
Yes.
Plug.
Or plug.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but we still love Alani now.
Yeah.
Anyways. No, it is. It's all about your attitude, because if you have the right attitude, you can make it so easy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be hard.
I'm telling you, there's days when I've been like, F this. I'm out.
Yes.
Bye. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stop at this one last spot. And then it turns into such a fruitful venture. And I'm like, and then I go home feeling super good about myself. Like I was super productive.
Yeah.
And I made it somewhere, you know?
That's a really good, and that's another rule in sales that it's a good habit to make, that at the end of the day, and you're like, I am done. I can't do anything else. I don't want to do this. Make one more call.
Girl,
or make one
hustle.
Make one more stop, because, or like even in the gym, like whenever they
One
do
more
this in
rep.
Orange Theory,
yeah.
all the time, where it's like literally work out until you feel like you're gonna die, and then do one more rep,
Oh, yeah.
because that one more rep builds your muscles, it builds your endurance, and so the next time, let's say that you can only do like 12 reps, and then you do 13, the next time you do 13, and then you go on to 14, or whatever.
And you're going to go home and you're going to pull up your shirt and be like, oh my gosh.
Like, wow,
I've got abs.
I have a washboard abs.
Yeah.
I have such huge muscles.
Or
I'm
the bag
so...
of nickels that look like I got hit with is finally going away.
Finally, it's happening.
Finally, my nickels turned into pennies.
Yes.
But okay, I'm going to totally hammer this like story or whatever, but I hope you guys get the point across.
Mm-hmm.
I, for the life of me, cannot remember who told the story, so pray for me in my memory. But this person's telling a story. He was in band, and he had this super amazing band teacher. And the band teacher's like, "Okay, we're gonna do this thing." Okay, he's like, "I'm gonna have you guys blow your horns for as long and loud as you can, and then you're gonna hold your breath for like 30 seconds, and then you're gonna blow again, or maybe it was 10 seconds. I can't remember. I mean, they're kids; they can't hold their breath for like 5 hours. So they did it, and at the end of it, he had him hold it for 10 seconds, and these kids were like, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to keel over, like, whatever. And then they blew their horns, and it was still loud and amazing and wonderful. And he's like, look, guys, when you think you have nothing left to give some more. Do some more. You can do this. Mm-hmm. So when you're feeling down, I mean, put on some good music, get some caffeine, call a friend that can boost you up, which is why it's important to have people like that.
Absolutely.
And just do one more.
Yeah.
One more.
Just one more.
I'm in it, Tony. One more.
Didn't, what's his name from Universe tell us that story?
Who was it?
From the guy?
Oh, Will.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was Will.
Will
Didn't he tell that?
McDonald. Yes. He's shaped
Yes,
my...
queen.
Yes, I know.
You didn't tell us that, right?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
him. Man,
okay,
I'm
cool.
an idiot. Thank you.
No.
I was just so moved by that story. And he's such a better storyteller than me.
Oh, that's so motivational. It's just when you just feel like you can't go on.
Yeah. Just do it one more time.
One more time.
And I feel like if you get in the habit of being like, you know what, I just need to take a day for myself, you do need to take days for yourself,
Yes.
okay? You need to take time.
Absolutely.
Get a Saturday. But the more you do that, the more you do that.
Completely.
And it turns into a habit. Ugh. So if you can just make yourself smile at one more person, give one more compliment, give one more hype talk, one more something that's going to make you better.
The most important thing is the get up.
Challenge. I'm good at it.
You are so good at the get up. Oh my god, I watched Captain Marvel yesterday. Or maybe it was Friday. What is today? Today's Sunday. I watched it Friday. I sobbed my freaking eyes out at the end of that movie when she finally realizes her powers. And then the lady, the Supreme Intelligence, is like showing her a montage of all her failures, and she's like, "You failed. You were nothing before us." And then she realizes, she's like, "Actually, bitch." And then she has another montage where every time she's knocked down, she gets up.
Yes, it's so good.
And it's so good, and I literally cry every time. And she's like,
"No, it's. I mean, it's so good."
Oh she's
Lee's crying right now.
Life is about getting up. After you're knocked down. I get so emotional over Captain Marvel. You don't understand.
I really do love that, though, because it was so true.
It was so motivational. Good. And I saw it, it came out, when did it come out? February or March last year? Yeah. And it was, right after I'd, had, the biggest career crisis of my life. And I was like, oh my god, Carol Danvers is so right. She's so amazing. Her attitude's perfect. She doesn't even need powers. Anyways, so yeah. So if you feel like you can't do anything else, get up, do one more thing.
Just do one more. It doesn't have to be a big thing. I mean, even if it's just doing something nice for somebody, or just doing something nice for yourself, or just doing one more thing, sending one more email, one more phone call, one more stop, one more drop off, something.
Yep.
Just give yourself a little more credit.
Completely. Because it conditions yourself to work even harder next time.
I mean, I know I tell you to make, like, how to make sales easy, but really just getting your head right is going to make your life so much more easy.
Yep.
And you might need medication. I don't know. That's you. Figure your life out. I'm telling
Getting
you.
your head right is so easy. You might need to medicate yourself, but...
It's fine.
No, that actually is very valid, though. I'm making a joke, but it's actually a very valid statement.
And I feel like it's a topic that we can totally have another pod on.
Totally.
Because it's an experience that I had this year.
Yes.
It's an experience that
and
I
it's not
had this
something
year.
you should be ashamed of.
No.
It's something you should be able to talk about.
That's why I said it, like, so, like, matter of fact, like, get up off the couch, ho, and get some medicine and get it right. Get your life together.
Yes.
You got one freaking life.
Live it.
One life. Why do you gotta make it hard?
I love that. Can we end on that?
We can end on that.
You have one life. Why
I know.
make it hard?
Because I'm just going off on tangents now.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
Great.
Don't make your life hard. Make your life happy.
I love it.
So stupid.
No, it was great. It was so great. Awesome. Well, we're so happy that you're here. We're so happy that
Thanks for sticking through.
Oh, you guys are amazing, and we are...
I have a favor to ask.
Yeah.
Can you guys please rate us?
Please.
Please. It really does help. It helps us get our name out. It helps us grow. It helps us so much, and then we can help you in return. So give us a review.
Yeah.
Write us something nice if you feel like it.
Because the more views and the more listens we get, the better quality guests we can get on, which I feel like is going to not do anything except help you and help us learn.
And you're supporting our habit here.
Completely. And you are supporting the habits. So, so give us a rating, please. Follow us on Instagram. And, share this with your friends. Share this with someone who you care about, who you think that would benefit from this conversation.
Yeah.
So... well, have a wonderful week. And we're going to be back next week with, like, guests and, like, cool people. And we're so excited.
Yeah. So, hustle, lady.
Yes.
Get out there and hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.